I got 3 settings on this thing. I can switch over to
And we are live. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of 60 Frames Low Lag. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, man. All right. Here we go. We ready. And I'm excited. Thank you for another week. This is episode 20. It's getting crazy in the madhouse. There's going to be a couple of more guests showing up. So we'll have a full house, but, you know, we can't. The show's got to go on. We gotta show up on time anyway. But it's gonna be a great topics, great cast today. But of course, I want to introduce one of my panel members. We'll start off with the panel member, Titanfall Princess. How are you doing?
What's up, everybody? It's Titanfall Princess. Welcome back to the podcast. And like he said, we got some special guests. Enjoy the content. Hit that like button, and do me a favor with the guests that come in. Look at the links below and check out their channels.
Yeah, I'll definitely update on the channels as everybody starts. And as everybody starts jumping in, of course, I'll give their introductories and stuff. And I want to just introduce a guest that we have today. He has a channel called PlayStation Inquisition. My man here, Hellgas. How you doing, brother?
Not bad. Thanks for having me on the stream.
I appreciate it and everything. His information will be down below. So today we're going to talk about 3 topics today. All right, we're going to start off 3 topics. First topic we're going to talk about is the recent Scorpio downgrade. You know, I have one person, his name is Dark Ottemis, he'll be showing up. He's gonna give us the Xbox side, you know, his opinion. But right now, let's start out with our guest. Inquisition, Hellgas. Tell me what you think. Recent news is that Scorpio got a recent downgrade. It may not even be a downgrade. I would like to say expectations of what many Xbox fans is not being met. But I don't think this was a downgrade. I think this console was always going to be the way it is. But some people's expectations. What do you think?
Well, first, I'm going to be honest. I don't really keep up too much with Xbox news or even PlayStation news for that matter. Whatever I find out is usually from a friend of mine who he's still on a PS3. He doesn't have a PS4, so his YouTube presence isn't as deep. But you've probably all heard of Yules or Julio Garcia.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy does a lot of research, and if you talk to him, he doesn't get to do a whole lot of stuff when he's back at home. So he does a lot of research on technology, and he's a really good go-to person if you want to find out what's good and how things work. But as far as this whole Scorpio downgrade thing, I'll have to admit I don't actually know what has supposedly been downgraded.
Okay, all right. So we'll catch you up. Let me ask this question to Princess, and then you can follow along and see what's going on. So
Okay, cool.
You know, because Princess, you and I have been beating the head with this for the last 8 months. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. All right. You want me to get started now? He wants me to go in. See, that's what Puerto Rock does to me. He wants me to go in.
Because
now, listen. I read some of the articles about Scorpio, and none of these articles are actually going into detail about it. My thing is, of course, Phil Spencer is going to brag about one of his own products, and it's just what it is. Just like my Microsoft employees bragged about the Xbox One, the cloud, DirectX 12, and all the gimmicks that they had, okay? But like I've been saying every week, I don't care about the hardware unless it has games, okay? Now, Puerto Rico, you heard me say this a million times, okay, for months, okay? You have the most powerful console, but without games, it ain't nothing. So whatever it is supposed, they're not being specific about anything or downgraders. If your console is that goddamn powerful, fine. All well and dandy. I'm cool with that. But where are my games? You screwed me over with Xbox One. You started out okay, and then you went to me. You gave me a raspberry with that shit. And now I'm stuck, and I'm not going to do it with a Scorpio. It's just not going to happen. So that's all I can say about that. I mean, it's one thing after all they keep talking about is hardware, and they're like nitpicking, give you a little bit of here, a little bit of there. They're not being specific, and I don't like that. If I'm going to buy something, and the only thing I know they were talking about, it's upwards to almost $600. For what? Without games?
Holy shit, PS3 prices.
$600?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, no. They gotta do something better. They gotta give me more info. They gotta stop tap dancing around with all this crazy shit and just bring out the facts. Just bring out the facts. Tell us, okay, this is what the console's gonna do, and these are the games we have. These are the games we have. That's what they gotta do.
So I'm gonna go on.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, if they can't do that, there's no sense even talking about them anymore. I'm being honest. But I didn't hear much specifics about the downgrade when I was reading the articles. They were very vague to me, at least the ones I read. So Puerto Rico, if you got more insight, please tell me, because the articles I read were kind of vague for me.
I know. We feed off each other because I get you started and then I'm about to get started. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna skip to the next topic. We got some people that's gonna talk about this. Okay. We got some.
No,
so,
I want to hear you talk.
Okay, so this is my thing. You know, I'll say this. All right. So on this topic, what I think Phil is doing is a smart. I could say this. The one thing I would say Phil did wrong was his initial message during the E3 last year. His message probably caused the high expectation. You know what I'm saying? Because he made this product seem like it's a super beast. I think he should have done a little bit toned down, saying, "Hey, we're creating a 4K machine that's more powerful. It's going to have great hardware. Stay tuned." That's what I'm saying. Now, most of the speculation over the last 8 months, getting beat over the head, was the immense power of the Scorpio. We all know they were hyping it to have Vega GPU, the latest GPU that's not even out yet, the latest CPU that's not even out yet, and people think it's going to be $400. And I've been saying for months, you are not going to get the type of machine people are expecting. You're not going to get it for $400. So something's going to give. No. If you get this machine that you want, $500 to $600 minimum that you're going to see.
That's what I said. Yep, I agree. That's what I said.
I'd even go so far to say is almost $700, because I work at Costco. Yeah. We sell computers at, and Costco usually sells computers at a slightly lower price than other stores. For people expecting a $400 price tag, yeah, our weakest laptop, which is a Pentium with 4 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig hard drive, that's what you get for $400.
I was like, listen, I was telling people, listen, I didn't graduate from MIT, all right? But I look at things from a simple view. I'm a simple man that looks at things from a simple view. If Sony, you know what I'm saying? If Sony launched their PS4 Pro at $400 using pretty much the same CPU, just, souped up, the same RAM, the only thing different was really the GPU, and that cost $400. Imagine a brand new GPU, the latest GPU architecture, the latest CPU architecture, and 12 gigs of RAM. There is no way you would have been able to release that for $400 for the same price. Hell, the Xbox One S was $300. You're telling me for $100 more, you're gonna put in a souped-up CPU, Ryzen CPU, the latest Vega GPU, and 12 gigs of RAM for only $100 more? I was like, something's got to give. What this white paper, and just to give you a little background, hell, guys. So recently, Eurogamer got a white paper explaining the Scorpio, right?
Okay.
Apparently, it's not going to have this Vega and Ryzen CPU, and the Scorpio is going to use many of the techniques that the Pro has. It's available for the Scorpio. In order
everything that crap has been shitting on lately.
Yes, it's coming. It's crashing down. You know what I'm saying? It's crashing. Charlie's in the wire. It's fucking. The defense is. You know what I'm saying? It's not up. But here's the thing. I think Phil's approaching it the right way. The only people that's gonna get slapped in the face is the fanboys like crap and people who overhyped the potential of Scorpio. This makes sense. That white paper makes sense. Because one, I don't care how powerful you want the console, there has never been a point in any generation, where the more powerful, more expensive hardware sold the most. You know what I'm saying? That never happened. Console. Name me a generation where it happened, where a more expensive, more powerful console of that gen took over and won the, and became the majority.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The PS4 has sold. So I think there was an article somewhere where they said the PS4 is actually doing.
But I said more expensive. The PS4 launched at $400.
Oh, right.
$5.
I guess you could say the PS3 kind of outsold the 360 by the end of its generation.
Let me say this. Yeah. But I will say PS3 matched 360 neck for neck. But the 360 had sold the most software of that generation. To me, that's what counts. That's the whole point of a console. Is to sell it is for the games.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
360 had a much more game sales than the PS3. What saved PS3, I'm going to say, was Europe. For some reason, Xbox can't penetrate Europe as much as PlayStation. It just, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Sony holds Europe.
You know why? You know why? Because they really don't try to market it as much over there as they do here.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? But to this day, you know what I'm saying? There hasn't been an expensive console, more powerful expensive console that dominated the market. Pretty much last Gen 360 generate. And like, granted, I prefer the PS3, but you got to look at the information. PS3, 360, pretty much.
The biggest thing for the 360 back then was that they had the most third-party support back in that generation.
That is true, also. You know, so for people to have this expectation that Microsoft was going to release this super powerful beast and willing to sell it for $500-$600, or even think it was coming out $400, was not realistic. It's just not.
No,
it was insane for them.
Puerto Rock, both you and I, since back when I started my podcast, okay, we were saying no, there's no way, minimum 5-6, but you can't even say that because with all the other shit you're gonna need to get with it, you're talking at least like Elegas just said, you're talking at least a $700 price tag, and
essentially, yeah, especially if they include the Elite controller. You're right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, with $700, that's without not even one game. Okay, but then again, you didn't announce any games for it, so you're buying a console for $700 plus tax with no games.
Oh, don't forget the Xbox Live subscription.
Oh, and that too. Yeah, I forgot about that. There you go. Okay, so depending on how you pay, if you pay monthly, that's another $120. If you pay yearly, that's $60. Okay, plus tax. We ain't gonna forget about the tax. I'm not gonna get away with that. Plus tax. You're still talking, anywhere between $650 and $800, depending on where they put the price for that. Okay, so, and that's without a game. But the problem is, they're not talking about game. What game? All right, what games you gonna launch the shit? What games are coming out at launch? What games can we expect the next 6 months to a year after launch? Yeah. You gotta talk about
Jim
that.
Jim Sterling's gonna have a very empty wallet when he goes to review Xbox Scorpio games.
Yeah. So
poor guy lives in Australia, doesn't he?
I don't know. Does he?
I think he does.
Which person is that?
Jim Sterling, the Inquisition.
I think.
I'm not sure.
I think
because if he lives on Australia, because Retro's told me personally that Australians really get fucked up the ass over there when it comes to prices for games and consoles. So
they do. I have a friend over there. He said the same thing.
Yeah.
I'll say this: when this whole Scorpio thing came out, nobody thought of, nobody tried to think at the holistic picture of this. All right. Number one, you have to take into factor the price of the console. $500-$600 consoles don't sell well, so Microsoft had to sell a console for $399. You understand? That should have been the first thought. What type of console Microsoft will get for $399? All right, obviously more powerful, but what realistically? That's number one. Number two, the one thing we should all learn from this generation is console manufacturers, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, they're gonna go with off-the-shelf components. No longer are we going to have super custom, brand new, fresh off the printed mint hardware. Those days are over, which means we will never be on par with PC. It's just not going to happen. It's not cost effective. They need hardware that's created and readily available for them to use on their console. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to go with specific architecture that is built specifically for their console. They're not going to go. That's why the PS4 and the Xbox One was pretty much similar. They both use the AMD architecture with Jaguar cores. That is what they're going with. They want to go with hardware component that's already available, and they could implement them. Of course, they're going to do a little tweaks and whatever to give it, a little advantage, but they're not going to do what they did generations ago, which is a specific CPU and a specific GPU just for that one console. They're not doing that no more. Those days are over, right? That's the next thing. Third,
kind of a shame, really.
What happened?
I said it's kind of a shame, really.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of really.
It is.
Now, the third, and this is the most important, right? People got to go back to Mark Cerny's little interview when he talked about the Pro. He said one of the main concerns of the Pro was to ensure that it was able to play every single game of the PS4, and that developers would be able to easily patch Pro support with very little effort. That is the number one concern. Right? I'm gonna explain why. Okay, when you think of patching and stuff like that, all right, you want to ensure that developers are able to do it easily, because then it might get to a point where it just go from simply patching support or all out porting, if you know what I mean. All right.
Yeah.
For the PlayStation Pro, Sony developed it to where it only takes about 1%. He said 1% effort. Now, what he means by effort is resources and money. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to dollars and cents. So putting in Pro support is only allocating an extra 1% more of the overall budget, which is little to a company. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to do that, okay? But imagine if Microsoft were to go out with this completely different architecture, but it would result in developers spending an extra 25, 30% of the budget. They're not going to go for that. They're not going to spend 30% more time and money for the minority of console gamers, just for 500,000 Scorpio subs. They're not going to care.
No.
They're not going to care.
Not for that part of the budget. Not for 25, 30, 35%.
Yeah,
no.
Much. So Microsoft also has to consider, and I guarantee they have, how easy developers can port or patch in Scorpio support. We already know right now Mass Effect Andromeda is not supporting the Scorpio. They already announced it.
Right? Why is that? That's strange.
I don't know why. But they said that if a Mass Effect Andromeda game is going to support Scorpio, is if they release like a Game of the Year edition, which is pretty much a new game with all the DLC. But they're not going to patch in Scorpio with this game. So whatever is going on so far, I don't know. I can't speculate. I could guess maybe it's not easy, or maybe they didn't come out with the dev kits in time. But whatever it is, they're not supporting Scorpio at this present time with this present game.
But see, that's what I was trying to say, Porter Rock. Everything is so vague when it comes to Scorpio. All they want to do is talk about hardware. You just brought out my point exactly, that they're not supporting the Scorpio with this stuff. Why? Do they think Scorpio is going to be a failure? I'm not saying it is. So people in the chat, don't get me wrong. Why aren't these people supporting that?
I think because so far hasn't been officially unveiled, no one can actually say who's doing what.
Well, see, what I noticed. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was watching a video from Digital Foundry, and not even from Digital Foundry. I was actually watching from the developers of Andromeda. They were talking about the 4K features they were putting into this game at that time they were still calling it the Neo.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the HDR effects and whatnot. And I have a YouTube downloader that allows me to download videos in 4K. Plugged it into one of the 4K TVs at work just to get a quick view of what it looked like. It looked insane. And they said that the PS4 Pro was going to have all these features that would allow this to look as good as it does. And I'm like, well, are the specs on the Scorpio going to be so different that they have to recalibrate the game to work on it or something?
I don't know. Hey, so I want to introduce two new guest members that just arrived.
Welcome, guys.
Hey, welcome. Hey, Dark Lord. You can hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
And Dark Ottemis. What's going on?
Hold on.
All right, hold on. Let me do a little mic check for you guys. Hey, Dark Lord, go ahead. Give yourself a little shout out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes, just turn up your mic a little bit.
Okay.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Hey, yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself to the audience, Dark Lord.
Which Dark Lord?
He a smart ass.
Oh, then there's Alucard, right?
Yeah, this is Dark Lord
Yes.
Alucard.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Alucard for this one.
Yeah. Well, I'm
All right,
Dark
go ahead.
Lord. I got a small channel. It ain't nothing big. I just do games for fun. That's about where it's at. I love gaming on both platforms.
Excuse me.
Awesome. PS4 Pro right now is awesome. I can't wait till Scorpio comes out. I just love gaming.
Oh, awesome. Hey, when you get the chance, if you could go on Twitter, we'll friend each other so I could get your info because I want to put your stuff in the description box. And then, of course, I got a new YouTuber. I got Dark Ottemis. Hey, Dark, what's going on, brother?
Can you guys hear me?
We
Yep.
can hear you.
Okay. I
What's
want to
up,
make
Doc?
sure that you guys can hear me. What is up, everybody? I'm glad to be here tonight. Thanks, Puerto Rock, for
Awesome.
hooking me up, dude.
Well,
I gotta give you a big shout out, sir, because you've been doing a lot for this community, and I gotta say, man, you've been putting in work, and you've been doing a great job, man.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for showing up. So we getting
sure.
back. So now I'm really excited.
See, that's what I told you. You got to talk with the Dark Lord because he knows about both consoles. So ask him that question.
Okay, so I'm gonna start. We'll start out with Alucard. All right. So you came into the first topic. All right. The Scorpio downgrade. And again, I don't really call it downgrade. I just think expectations were too high. But what's your opinion on this whole situation? What's happening with the white paper? Break it down for me.
We're talking about the downgrade, huh? Well,
Yeah. Well, I don't call it a downgrade. I just think, in my opinion, expectations were too high. I don't think. Yeah, that's what I say. I don't call it downgrade because that's assumed the specs were already locked in and Microsoft purposely lowered it. I don't think that's what happened.
well,
Go ahead. Give me your.
in my personal opinion, I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know, I want Microsoft to come out and say these are facts, these are true, and give us something in May. Give us a taste of the Scorpio in May. Let us know about it and know what it's going to do, and then talk about games. But they really need to let us know about it now because stuff's starting to come out and it's not looking too good. I really don't think it's looking all that great.
Now, let me ask you this: by you saying is it because of the community's expectation, primarily, the pro Xbox community that's hyped, it was hyped, they're hyped with the Scorpio. Do you think it doesn't look good simply because of the community's expectation, or simply because looking at the white paper, you're not impressed with what's being said?
The white paper. Well, looking at the white paper, I'm not impressed. Why should I buy an Xbox Scorpio if it's on par with the PS4 Pro? Unless it's the games. And the games they got, I can get on PC if I just get into PC gaming.
Well, according to the white paper, some people are estimating it's about 40% more powerful. So similar to the scenario of PS4 vanilla versus Xbox One vanilla. That's what people are now assuming is going to be the jump.
But I think he hit the nail on the head there. So far, I was going to say, whether or not it's more powerful than the PS4 Pro, I think is irrelevant. Whether or not whether or not it lives up to the expectations that were put on it, I think is what is important.
Okay.
But when you said that you could get the same stuff on PC, I think that just hit the nail on the head right there. What is the Scorpio really going to do compared to the PC when it releases?
Yeah. But my biggest thing is price point. Price point. If that sucker's $400 and this stuff does turn out to be true, that'd be sweet. But if it's $500 or $600, it's not worth it.
No, I think it's because it's going to be $399 is why the white paper information is correct. Because in my opinion, the whole Vega Risen CPU, I don't think you were going to get that for $400. That thing was what. In fact, let me move on before I get my Tom Brokaw. Dark Ottemis. You know what I'm saying?
Tom Brokaw, that's great.
Listen, hella guest. I told you once I get Puerto Rock going, he don't stop.
You know what I'm saying? But I love to give my guests Dark Ottemis, brother. I know you're a pro Xbox dude. I see the purple emoji. I see you. I'm watching you.
Hey man, I may be pro, but I see both sides.
I know. That's what I love about your channel. I saw your content. Yo, his content. He talks about a lot of games. I'm like, oh shit, an Xbox YouTuber that talks about games. Shit, I'm gonna subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like his
I'm
first
gonna
episode was like
check
2
it
hours,
out.
and they were just you were with Lady Foxfire. You were just talking
Yeah.
games for 2 hours. I was
Yeah.
like, what they like, what they're playing. I'm like, subscribe. So
Yeah,
talk
definitely.
to me, brother. Talk to me. You know what's going on. You know what the community's been talking about. And just here's a little background. So everybody knows I like to hang out with Zaire, K Mega, and them, and on the multiplayer podcast.
Oh man, K Mega man,
Yo,
get
listen.
out of here.
All right, let's
Brother,
not do this.
That's my boy.
I've been getting my head caved in for the last 8 months about Scorpio. I've been getting thrashed. My boy D, he has stocks in AMD. He knew the scoop, and I'm like, God damn, this thing's like, I just couldn't see all this power for 400. And now the white paper. Tell me, what do you think about what's going on? What's running in your head when you heard about this white paper?
For me, when I heard about it, I was like, okay, well, power wise, it's underpowered than what it seemed like it was going to be. It just the way they kind of presented it seemed like it was going to be like this massively powerful console, and it ended up. It seems like from the paper, even though it seems like it's all acquisitions, doesn't seem like it's going to be as powerful or more powerful than the PS4 Pro. And to me, that's not really that disappointing, because I really don't care for power, man. I'm more about the games, as you know from my other podcasts. So,
See, that's what I like about. I don't even know you yet, but that's what I like about you. You're talking about games.
exactly.
And that is a positive thing. Anybody who just talks about games and not hardware, welcome all the time. Listen, you're welcome to come on my podcast on Friday nights with me in Puerto Rock.
Well, that's when our podcast is on. So.
Oh, never mind. I take it back.
Hey,
What time?
Give me a question.
Usually around it's about 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, no, mine's usually at 7. We were late today.
And mine's 7 Eastern.
Yeah, 7 Eastern.
Mine are totally random because I'm not that organized.
So here's my question to you guys. So let's say, this is my opinion. I think, Phil, this white paper is a smart thing to do. All right? That's just my opinion. I think when I read the white paper, I was like, this actually makes sense. All right? But let me ask you this. All right? You got 2 potential consoles. You got the community's expectation of this Risen Vega Super Beast, but potentially could have been $600, right? Now, I'm going to say why it could have been $500 to $600. Let's look at the Pro real quick. As I stated before, the Pro was using the same Jaguar CPU, just beefed up. The same amount of RAM, just beefed up. The only thing new was the Polaris architecture, and we all know that Polaris GPU was purposely made for powerful hardware, but at a very affordable price. The actual, what is it? AMD's whatever 480 whatever
Yeah,
it's like $199.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it was meant to be cheap, right? Yet the Pro launched at $400. So when people are telling me about Vega and Risen for $400, I was like, nah, that shit ain't happening.
no.
This would be, if we're lucky, 5. I personally thought 6, to be honest, for this line. Now, let me ask you this. Would you prefer Microsoft to still go ahead with this type of console at $600, knowing that traditionally $600 consoles are not successul? What are your opinions? What would you like?
It doesn't have the Ryzen or the Vega, then no.
No. If it has the Risen,
If it has the Ryzen and has the Vega in it, then yeah, hell yeah, I'll pick it up for $600.
even at the cost of this console most likely failing.
I don't think it'll be the cause.
What
of
about
it.
game?
No, besides
I
the
don't
game.
think that.
I mean, I know the games, but I'm saying, because we all know traditionally, if you look back, at no point in history has a more powerful but yet more expensive console was a good seller or sold the most. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That is true.
It's, console gamers are cheap as fuck. I've been trying to tell people. I've been telling people is we are shit talkers. You know, we will talk a good game about
Not Dark Lord. Dark Lord buys double. Dark Lord buys double. It's him and his wife.
Yeah, I buy double.
Yeah, but I say most
My
consoles.
wife's a gamer too.
Like if you want your console to sell 80 million, it's got to be cheap. It's got to be $200, $250. You know what I'm saying? The hardcore
people like Dark Lord to buy double.
Yeah. The hardcore, they'll pay the $600.
Yeah.
Let's not go too far into the hardcore descriptions because we all know there's a hardcore mature gamer out there who's still trying.
But that will only get you maybe 5 to 6 million.
I think you all know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
We ain't gonna go there. We'll leave that one alone.
I probably know who you're talking about. Yes.
We don't need to give names out because they don't need it. They don't need people to be looking their shit up because dumbasses look them up anyway.
We don't need to talk about false prophets and shit.
There we go.
False prophets. False prophets. This guy's like the Rasputin of the gaming community.
Oh shit!
Wow. Dang. All right.
But looking at the point paper, Microsoft the Scorpio is supposed to use some of the same techniques the Pro is using: checkerboard rendering, sparse rendering, and all this stuff. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that's a smart thing? So do you think Microsoft is actually looking at this approach from a smart perspective? We'll start with Dark Ottemis. What you think?
No. I think if they would have went on with the full-on 4K, it would have benefited them in the long run, because I mean a lot of people are starting to buy a lot of 4K TVs, and I mean we heard from CES that there's going to be 8K TVs coming soon. So I mean I think they could have definitely had a 4K full-on processor in there or something like that to push that 4K. With the checkerboarding and stuff, I mean, here we hear Xbox guys saying, "Oh well, we don't like checkerboarding on the PS4 Pro."
Like it now,
and then they like it now. It's like, dude, it's a two-way street, or actually no, it's a one-way street. It just goes one way, and it doesn't really fucking matter now. So like.
They're
gonna love some.
No, he's right though, because there are games. He's so right, because there are games that people say suck when they're on PlayStation, but are fine on Xbox. So he is 100% right, and I think he deserves another applause. Get that man another applause.
I want to shout out a new member, another guest, Craig Harris. My man just joined the panel.
Yes, he did. And how's your pet rock, Craig? How's your pet rock, Craig? Is he with us?
Guys, how you doing out there? Thanks for the invite. I literally appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Oh, Craig.
How you doing, my brother, Puerto Rock?
What's going on, brother? How's everything? Thanks for joining, my brother. Hey, everybody. Hey, make sure you send me your info, brother. Craig, let me know. Give me your opinion on what's going on with this Scorpio white paper. What do you think about it? What's going on, man? Are you disappointed? Did you know this was the truth? So come on, break it down.
Actually, no. There is one person on YouTube that predicted all this. I won't say who it was, but somebody did say that they thought Microsoft was stretching the sweater a little bit. It's
I like that stretching the sweater.
It's either one of two things, guys. Either this, I believe the white paper was real. With that said, I think there's a very good chance. We have to also pull back and say, what if this was an early build that they had thought of? Because when you're designing something, you throw a bunch of ideas against the wall. So what if this is the early build, and then the new build is something totally different? Because the build off something you said a couple times, Porter Rock. Remember, BioWare, Aaron Flynn did come out and say that there is no Scorpion build for Mass Effect. So that kind of explains why. If you really think about it, if they got no dev kits out, then maybe what we saw and what Digital Foundry leaked, which are reported on, which I do think is real, could be a earlier version of what we were going to see. But if it's true, this is some X-File stuff, then the somebody should be fired at Microsoft. I mean, I don't care who. Somebody should be fired because this is either somebody screwed the pooch. That's all I can say. It's a surprise, but it's not surprising. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's disappointing. This is why I got rid of mine. No scale bound.
Oh shit.
Shitty build of Mass Effect, and now you ain't even got a console that's supposed to be this beast that's coming out. So, I hope I'm wrong. Let's put it like I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong.
Well, here's the thing: if you were wrong, then they would have already came out and said it, and they haven't yet. So
that's another great point. That's a great point. They're pretty good at getting to Twitter. They're Donald Trump good. So
hell of a lot of flack for that. You're gonna be like,
yeah,
Xbox fans are gonna scorn me right now.
But you know what?
The Russians helped Sony. They hacked Microsoft.
But you know what? They're also very good at damage controlling. Remember that, guys. They're very good at damage controlling.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Listen. So
sometimes Microsoft goes overboard with those fanboys. I mean, when they cancel Scalebound, you mentioned it, and so I got to bring it up. They were like, "Well, you know what? It was a shit game." Excuse me, and I'm gonna say this. I hope this. Excuse me, but I'm gonna say this: these guys. Hopefully, there's no young kids watching. These motherfuckers were promoting that game out the wazoo, all right, out their asses, and then they go and say, "Oh, it's okay because the game sucked anyway." What is wrong with you, assholes? People bought an Xbox just to play Scalebound when they were on PlayStation.
I mean, my God, the Scalebound was supposed to be Microsoft's landing on the moon, for fuck's sakes.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this.
That's a game I was looking forward to. With Scalebound.
About that, Dark Lord, yeah.
But yeah, and to me, if y'all don't mind, it's to me they need. Xbox fanboys need to realize somebody. They got a lot of people in there like different games. I mean, I'm not like everybody that's on Xbox. I like different games, just like Sony. They got a lot of different games.
Right.
And they act like everybody's just like them. Like, Titanfall, you like all these games. Maybe I might not like Street Fighter, but I see you love Street Fighter, That might not be my thing, but I'm not going to criticize you because you're playing it.
You never did.
Nope, I never have. Everybody's got their different opinions on games and different takes. Like, I wanted Scalebound. I don't care what any of them said. I got like 5 Xbox friends that wanted Scalebound. One of my friends is a hardcore Xbox guy, and he wanted Scalebound.
Man, you guys on with this. All right.
You guys also have to realize that they're business people, and they had to make a decision on Scalebound, and it seemed to them that it wasn't up to par to Xbox standards, so they pulled the plug. And it wasn't just Xbox pulling the plug. It seemed like Platinum Games wanted to pull the plug as well because they were making so many other games during the time. So, you kind of have to see it from both sides and from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
I can understand a business standpoint, but I got something to say about that. You will release Quantum Broke, but not Scalebound. All right, sorry. But you release a game like that was incomplete, I had a lot of issues with. The graphics were terrible. The storyline was good, but the gameplay was so short. It was from one point to another. And you release that, but you're not going to release Scalebound. What kind of business sense does that make? And it flopped anyway.
It's interesting that you bring up Scalebound because a lot of people were talking about, certain games on the PlayStation 3 using what they call temporal reconstruction for the resolution.
Yeah.
How they would achieve 1080p by having two sections of frames molded together but at a lower resolution.
Yeah, dynamic upscaling, that's what that is.
Exactly. And then you got a game like Quantum Break, which is natively a 720p game, dynamically upscaled to 1080p, and you didn't hear a single peep out of the guys about that.
Of course not.
You're definitely not going to hear a peep out of me for some of the upscaling that's going on the PlayStation either, because I don't really care about that kind of stuff.
Concerning resolutions in general, I think that
I think he's talking more about the fanboys.
Well, yeah, but the resolution thing was up, and I thought I'd put my 2 cents in here.
Right.
That's fine.
The thing is, and I was aiming this mostly at Sony when I was talking to another group of guys. I don't think Sony or Microsoft, for that matter, should even focus on 4K. I think they need to focus on mastering 1080p 60 frames per second, because we're not even getting that right now in this generation.
Well, both companies definitely have to focus on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, they should master that. Make sure that you can actually achieve 1080p 60 frames before trying to go into something that's 4 times that and expect to have, similar performance.
Oh my God, I've been saying the same thing. Thank you. Give that man a hand clap, please.
Yeah, I agree with him on that too, but I also think they need to not worry about the 4K. They need to worry about the HDR and just worry about making games in HDR.
Well, and that's the thing. I think HDR would be far more beneficial to the games than 4K. Like, forget resolution for a moment and consider the fact that HDR can give you more detail just by having more color present on the screen.
Yeah, but HDR, at least for 2016, I thought was overplayed, because a lot of people they don't really understand how it works. I mean, you got a handful of games running HDR, and the first big game for Microsoft this year, Halo Wars 2, I don't even think it has HDR support. I mean, that's a crap.
This shit.
No, y'all about to get me started. No,
but as far as 4K, I would say this real quick. I agree with the whole 4K thing. I do think people got to understand UHD starts past 1080p, so you can get the 1440p, 1800p. That's UHD as well. It's not quote unquote 4K, but to me they've got 1080p down. At least Sony did. The games that I have on my PlayStation, they were all 1080p games. But the frames per second thing, I've always defaulted that consoles, this is just my opinion, consoles should shoot for 30 FPS. If you want 60 and above, I think that's great. But that's what they are made for. Just head to the PC if you want over 60. To me, consoles are for a different kind of person. They're for the penny pictures and stuff like that.
Well, if you want more than 60 frames per second, get a PC monitor, because most TVs go. Well, I suppose with the higher refresh rates, you could theoretically go to 120. Yeah.
You want to use that 120.
I'm using a 60 hertz monitor, so it doesn't really matter to me either way.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Hey, I want to bring up a point. Something about this whole Scorpio and Pro. And this is my thing. And I've been looking at just the industry holistically. You understand? In my opinion, this whole Scorpio and Pro mid-gen refresh is Microsoft and Sony's sneaky way of giving us another 8-year gen. Now, hear me out, because I've been looking at just the games that have been released and stuff like that. We're already about approaching year 4, right? Now, I know in the beginning of the year, a lot of gamers want us to go back to the normal 5-year console cycle, because what we went through with the 360 and the PS3 was too long. 7 to 8 years was too long for a lot of gamers. It was a little bit too long. The people were ready for the next thing, all right? Now, hear me out. We're about to hit 4 years. These consoles came out in 2013. Let's pretend we didn't get a Scorpio and a Pro. Let's assume we're still stuck with what we have. Xbox One S and PS4 Slim. We're about to hit year 4, right? And let's assume a 5-year console cycle. We are just getting our first Mass Effect within this.
Yeah.
Think about that. You know what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is that the PlayStation is getting what is, for all intents and purposes, basically a PlayStation exclusive until they make it for the Scorpio.
Technically, when you think about this. Now, it's going to be on Xbox One S too. They're both coming out on both. But think about it this way.
The S, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so think about it this way. We're not even talking about Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
And we're in year 4. We're not even talking about it because we're getting Red Dead Redemption. The conversation for Grand Theft Auto 6 is we're not even there. And we probably won't even have a conversation.
It probably won't even happen.
Well, no, it probably won't even happen. With game development.
Look how long it took them they remastered Grand Theft Auto 5 like 2 or 3 times. Not even. They put it on the 360. Then it took forever to come out on PC. Then it came on Xbox One and then PS4, and then for like a good two years, they just kept on giving a bunch of DLC.
But here's the thing: that's their biggest franchise. That's
it makes them
Rockstar's
billions.
huge
It makes them billions.
franchise.
Now think of this. Could it be possible these two consoles are nothing more than trying to ensure that this generation goes the 8-year distance, and that anybody who's tired of the PS4 or Xbox One, let's say like if you bought your console and you had it for 6 years, all right, fine. Now you'll go buy a Pro. Now you'll go buy a Scorpio, simply because the generation's not ending anytime soon. Do you think this is their way of doing an 8-year gen, given the fact that console game development is now taking around 3 years?
Well, that's an interesting question. That's an interesting question you say, because they're saying that a dev who helped make Ori and the Blind Fire, the Forest game, whatever the hell that game is, Ori
and the Blind Forest,
whatever the fuck it is. I never played the shit. I don't hate it. I don't really care for indie games. Regardless, they said that guy said that that the Xbox Scorpio is a 9th generation console. It's not even a refresh. It's a 9th generation. So if anything, PS4 Pro is not even 9th gen. It's 8th gen.
Yeah, his thing is
I think the fact that it's a PS4 Pro, not a PS5, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a next gen console until you've got your next iteration, so to speak. The way Xbox was talking about the Scorpio, a lot of people think that Scorpio is the next Xbox, and I still think that may be the case.
Oh, it is. I know it is. It has to be. It literally has to be. The way they launched their console and the way it hits the masses and where the world was like, what the hell is this? This can't be it. You know, they gotta be doing something. They have to do something better. I mean, to be honest, I don't hate the Xbox. I have more multiplats and more things on my Xbox than I do on my PS. I just got a PS4 Pro for Christmas, so like, only game I got for that is Uncharted 4, and I enjoyed the hell out of that game. But I don't use it for anything else. You know, I enjoy the Xbox just for the online ability. That being said, did you guys see the speaking of games, did you guys see Ghost Recon? The beta and all this? I remember the visuals. Remember the visuals they showed at E3 last year, and they were like,
you can guarantee that's a really fine coat of paint.
Oh my god, that was horrible the way it looked. Now you look at it now, it's like, wow, what the hell? They polished the shit out of that game.
That's to be expected from Ubisoft.
They had to, though.
Yeah, they had to. I knew a fact that they were for sure when they showed that stuff at E3 2016. I was like, that's like maybe in beginning hardware, like pre-alpha footage. They're just trying to show something to give something to physical, like to people to play. Like,
well, to be fair, it looked better than 7 Days to Die.
I want to go back down real quick. The indie developers point that this is a next generation console. I'm going to say this. Somebody better shut that dude up quick, because I'm gonna tell you what, not for being a film.
You might be wrong. I'm
looking at it from a perspective of Microsoft. If you hype this console to be a next generation console, people don't want to do the same exact thing they're already doing on a console they own. That's not what
exactly.
Next gen.
Well, here's what I don't get. Why would they make it a next generation console and they say, oh, well, it plays every single Xbox One game you got, it'll play it. You don't even need the developers like go ahead.
Well, here's the thing.
If you're gonna make a next gen console, I better be playing games I can't play on a console I already own.
Well,
give yourself an applause for that one, because that's what I've been saying.
Well, here's the thing. They haven't touted it as a next-gen console. Phil Spencer has come out to say
we
that...
don't even know yet. It's like...
He has actually come out and said that it was not a next-gen console, that it is an upgradable... He wants to do upgradable years to the consoles. So I'm guessing that there's going to probably be... attachments to the Xbox Scorpio.
Okay, I find that to be a big problem there. Like
the
whole idea of annual upgrades.
That's a new console.
What do you mean? We're talking every three?
Not something that's done now.
I would say, probably every 3.
if you're going to give us an upgradable console, why not just hand us a PC with a PlayStation operating system and say, there you go, have at it?
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's the thing. They don't want you to get out a screwdriver and
they
take
don't want that.
He's already
like
said
Apple.
that.
It's like Apple, like when they give you get.
You know, so he's already come out to say that it's not a.
I think the console, that's a terrible idea, in my opinion. I could maybe understand.
Try that with the 360 when they had like the HD DVD player that you attached to the.
Let's be real.
That
here.
was just to compete with.
Let's be real here,
That's all
guys.
it was.
Let's say it. They're saying that this thing has 6 teraflops. It's been confirmed. Let's be honest. When it comes out, it probably won't be 6 teraflops. It'll probably be more than 6 teraflops. My guess is like 6.2 or maybe 6.4, maybe 7 teraflops.
Well, something.
You never know.
Well, there's again. Sorry to point this out, but 6 teraflops doesn't necessarily translate to good, performance when you've got, say, GPUs that are running at like, say, 2 teraflops lower, but like on-screen performance seems better. Like let's not bank everything on numbers.
This is where I also think Digital Foundry. I'm not really a fan of Digital Foundry. I feel like they go for the console that's doing the best. And I'm not saying PS4 sucks because I have one. I love it. But they're very biased when it comes to the other company. Okay, now the guy who says they say, oh yeah, I have white paper specs about, well, it might possibly not have a Zen. Let's be honest, it'll be fucking retarded if Microsoft does not put a Zen processor into that new Xbox Scorpio and just use a Jaguar. It'll be stupid.
They can put a hybrid Zen in there.
Guys, we can go on for this all night long until we actually know from the horse's mouth what's going on. We can speculate all we want. That's the problem. Microsoft needs to come out and tell us the bottom line.
Yeah,
they like to hide shit and not feed us in until last minute. Just like all they do is E3. They don't do nothing throughout the year.
It's a historical fact. It's a historical fact that on paper specs does not equal real world performance.
Well, here's the thing.
This is true.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Was that we can until somebody comes out, and I follow movies too.
Yeah, me too.
People can go ahead and say, and I'll just give everybody a perfect example of this. Brie Larson. Everybody knew in March of last year Brie Larson was going to be cast as Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's my girl, dude.
But Marvel didn't come out till like mid-May and confirm everything.
They weren't really sure about it. There was a big, humongous rumor about that one, and then they realized they said it at the perfect time at the Comic-Con, which was the perfect time to say it.
Yeah, so going back to what you guys said about Digital Foundry, I mean, this is the same Digital Foundry that got the white paper of the video, and then they built a version of a similar version of it and said, well, it's not hitting the specs. It's not hitting 4K. It's having trouble hitting 4K. And we found out later on down the road that it doesn't hit 4K native all the time. It hits it sometimes. And I have.
Well, you want to know what? They're saying that this thing also has 12 gigabytes of RAM.
The Scorpio
for Scorpio.
Well,
that's more than enough RAM for giving a
What
good
kind
enough
of RAM is it though?
DDR5 supposedly.
Yeah, and that's why I agree with Princess when she is right. Until Microsoft comes out and says, "Here's what it has."
I will say this. This is the thing about the RAM. There's a reason why on the Xbox One or Xbox One S they went with DDR3 and the whole ES RAM.
But did they actually? They didn't come out and say it though, Porter.
I know, but this is the assumption. But this is why I believe it's DDR5 for a reason, and I will say why. There's a reason why they went with DDR3 on the Xbox One S. It's because of the operating system.
Yeah, Windows 10.
You can't use GDR for applications. It's very slow. You know what I'm saying? That's why PCs ain't built from the ground up with GDR5. They have DDR3 to handle the Windows OS, and the video card has GDR5.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
DDR3
DDR3 works better with applications.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And since Xbox One S was built as a multimedia device doing all this crazy shit, they needed
a nightmare. It would have been a nightmare.
And that's a good point he's making there. That's one thing I was just wondering, do you think the Xbox S and the Xbox One is going to hold back the Scorpio because of that SRAM?
I think the reason why it has 12 gigs of, I think they're going with GDR5, but the reason why they're going with 12 gigs is because a lot of it is going to go towards the OS. So that way they can maintain the same OS performance and all those features Xbox One does.
Call me crazy, but I really truthfully feel that we're going to get a menu system, nothing like Windows 10. I have a really good feeling in the back of my mind to guess that I really feel you're going to go back to the 360 menu, but 10 times better. Because look how much operating system that thing had, only 512. That's all you needed. And look how many features it had.
Microsoft needs to stop putting Windows on their console.
Oh, yeah, they really do.
And here's the thing.
You know that, right?
Here's the thing. To touch on the power thing, you can have all the power in the fucking world, but guess what? If the games are shit, then the console is gonna be shit.
I've been saying, because that's what I've been saying the whole time.
It's a real bad struggle. It's a struggle when you have a console you love. You love the controller. You love the Xbox Live. You want to stay with your friends, but then you just have a menu that's like, when Xbox One came out, it was built to set up around Kinect, which was a bad idea. They should have just made it. They literally should have just made it to the point where, okay, we're going to give you the option of having the Kinect, not having Kinect, but we're also just going to keep it to where you can switch to Windows or maybe just have the 360 dashboard. Have two.
You gotta understand that was during Don Matrick's era, and Don Matrick, he was a businessman. He wasn't a gamer. He was just thinking about the top dollar.
I know this is a man who says, "Well, if you don't like 360, you can
don't
just
talk about gaming because I got a better game than Phil Spencer does."
All
right, so let's not even go there.
But the thing is, I really truthfully feel like even to this day, I still feel like the best dashboard I've ever played or I've ever had in a console is the 360 by far. I think the second best.
Yeah.
The second best I think I ever had so far. I think the PS4 menu system is wonderful. It's fluid. It's fast. It's integrative. It never like, it's not like there's no much shit in front of you saying, "Oh, look, you need this. Do you want this?" There's no much. I mean, the apps are cool on Windows, but it's
you don't get pelted with ads like you do on
Microsoft. Like you don't. Like, and that doesn't bother. That don't bother me. It's the fact that, okay, where can how the hell do I go here? I was so used to it, and that's another thing. The 10-year cycle of 360. We had that shit for so long. We're like, and then we go to Windows 10. We're like, whoa, this is really different. This doesn't feel right, So I wasn't used to it, and now I'm already used to it. I'm like, they're supposed to update. They're supposed to take away all the snap features, which is great.
They did that.
I don't use the snap features at all.
The way I see it, given the ridiculously hungry requirements that Windows has, if they just drop Windows, I think the Xbox performance, margin would be that much higher.
They would easily.
They can't drop Windows.
No, they can.
Windows is giving them money. Microsoft is giving them money.
Then that's the only thing holding the Xbox One.
They may be an offset of Windows, but Microsoft is giving them money, so they can't get rid of the Windows.
You know what? Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like I really truthfully feel like if they put a 360s like menu system on this Scorpio, and then that maybe only uses like a gig of memory, and the rest can go to like visuals and 4K and 6 frames, you're without a doubt you're gonna get 60 frames per second with 6 teraflops. You might not get full 4K 60 frame. We never know though. You never know. Like I said, this could
first party will be. I think first party.
I think their exclusives will be. I think their multiplats might be too. I don't think every game's gonna be like 4K 60 frames. I think it's just gonna be the developer. I'm not saying they probably can't do it, but a lot of these games that we see on PC, all these games that we've seen on PC that are on the console. The reason why most of those games on the PC weren't even real native 4K. It was like upscaled, traditional. Yeah. Well, whatever you have, this is what it is. 4K. Well, it wasn't even real 4K.
We got to remember the PC operates a little differently. See, on the PC, you got different resolution textures, but the resolution of the game itself can be whatever the guy wants it to be. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. You can have the game running at 800 by by 600 and still have an incredible looking game because the textures are so freaking high.
Yeah, because the color ratios they can do with it, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's like
What's different is that the PC gets a different set of textures, as well as like the models can dynamically change as well. Like on a console, you have a cap, you got a budget to work with. PCs aren't limited by that budget.
yeah. People say, why don't I just go to PC? Well, the reason why you don't see that much, you do see dedicated PC games, but you don't see like, when's the last time you saw like a really big, humongous, just PC only game that goes only to PC and that sells like multi-million?
But that's
copies?
they're there, but they're attracted to the PC games like League of Legends and shit like that.
It's very it's like Warcraft tiny games, not visual. It's like most big massive maps, like where you can like online ability, like Warcraft. Warcraft is huge. I mean, the sky's the limit with that game, but it's not visually amazing. It's like gameplay wise, it's like hang out with your friends. That could probably easily go to console if they wanted to. With the
definitely
servers
could. I mean, touch on the fact that what you said about PC and stuff. The reason why there's not very many games, like big games like that on the PC, is because everything that has been ported over has been shit lately.
True.
It's like take Batman Arkham Knight. That shit still doesn't fucking work on the PC.
Oh my god, that's like
Well, I've seen
that's
guys
a
playing the game on
crackhead's
their
nightmare.
I've seen guys playing the game on their PC that haven't managed to get it running well. So if you know what you're doing, you can get it to run decently.
I seen a guy with a $3,000 PC and he still couldn't run that shit right.
Yeah, and that's a huge
terrible.
problem.
That's terrible.
That's huge. That goes to show you why a lot of people are going towards consoles now.
No, I can explain the reason why that happened. Poor management. There was only fucking 8 people making that game for the PC. 8.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What a shit idea.
When you have different teams making a game for different platforms, that's when shit goes awry.
True, but when you don't have a good person to run your team, look. For instance, look at Scalebound. I'm really disappointed that game got fucking canceled. But you want to know why it got canceled? Piss poor management. These motherfuckers took a month off. Are you kidding me? Kidding me?
Yeah.
What happened after a month? Oh, the director went crazy. Then I was like, found out that wasn't true. It's all this. You know what? It's piss poor management. It's not Microsoft's side. It's not Microsoft's fault. It's the stupid director. Because I knew when they showed this game off in 2016, and I saw the director come on stage. I just saw him there. I'm like, this guy doesn't look like he wants to fucking be here. He looks pretty mad.
Yeah, because he wants to go play. He wants to go make Nier Automata for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, he wants to make.
Even though I am picking
something.
I'm picking that up.
He looked depressed. He was like, "Why the hell am I here?" He's like,
I'm looking at the newest issue of Game Informer right now, and beside Nier Automata, they got there's an article here saying that Dreadnought is now being made for the PS4 as well as PC.
What's that?
Yeah,
it's like you have these massive starships, and it's like you're a captain and you're fighting other ships.
Oh, wasn't that was?
What is that? Is that an indie game? Is that an indie game?
It's similar. It's similar to a currently available game on PC, but
it's like an MMO. It's like an MMO.
Hold on.
So it's kind of like Eve.
It's 1 player for action, 10 player PS4 online, 16 player online for PC, and it's made by Greybox.
Oh,
okay.
What other games? What other games?
I'm sorry, published by Grey Fox. Jaeger Development 6 Foot are the developers.
Oh, Jaeger's doing it. Oh,
Jaeger?
okay. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
I don't know too much about those guys, so.
Yeah, they make trash, dude.
They make cell phone games, probably.
Hey, Porter, let me ask you.
I will say this. I do like the premise.
I was trying to figure out which horn was which. I'm like, damn, I hope I'm picking the right horn.
Yo, did you guys hear about the Ghost Recon beta? I heard that if one person has the beta, you can invite 3 people to that beta.
Well, that sounds like similar.
I wonder if that's only on the PS4 and X. I wonder if it's both. I gather it's both.
It has to be. If they
both.
alienate either one console, then that's just stupid. Why would you?
That is stupid.
Well, aren't
I'm buying 3 copies of that Ghost Recon.
Yo, I am hoping. I really want that game to succeed so well where it can like just put Call of Duty out of business.
Well, I wanted
And
to
let's
see
make that like the
so.
game we play every year. You know.
I think if they do it right and they don't pull a Division on us again, then
Oh,
it'll be
another
good.
one.
You see, the problem with the Division is they took too fucking long.
Well, it was that and the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone was shit, man.
I actually
couldn't
really
do
like
anything.
I like the Division. I thought it was cool. I still play it sometimes. It's creepy. It has that creepy coolness to it. But I enjoy it for what it was.
This is my opinion on the Division. It failed to do the one thing that Destiny did, and in my opinion, was the raid.
Not fall through the floor.
That's exactly.
I fell to the floor. I didn't know what the hell happened.
The thing that captured Destiny fans, because I'm a big Destiny fan, and
It was Bungie.
Besides that, it was the fucking raid. Everybody knew everything you did, whether the story or you're doing the strikes or the nightfall, was to get equipment because the raid was coming. It was all about the raid.
Exactly.
You needed to.
I know it stopped people from buying it.
That shit didn't do that in Division. Like, I'm getting all this gear for what?
You want to know what stopped people from buying the Destiny? You want to know what stopped people from buying Destiny? Oh, Activision selling another bundle for $100 and something, and we didn't get this before. Oh wait, another bundle for this much? What the hell happened? What about us? They keep on.
Also, if you don't buy the bundles, guess what? The enemies from those bundles show up in the vanilla game and they kill you instantly.
I never played Destiny. I played the demo for like 5 minutes, and then I'm done with this shit.
Oh,
Never again.
But
I love Bungie too, but I don't know. I think I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, Destiny is awesome, and they
It looks fun. It looks fun though.
Destiny did right what Division failed, because again, I asked, all right, I'm doing the Dark Zone, I'm doing all this shit, I'm getting good gear. What's the point? And they're like, oh, so you could.
I don't know. I just found
The point is,
I'm like, I'm already doing the Dark Zone.
the point is to get into the Dark Zone and get killed by other people in the Dark
I was
Zone.
doing the
That
Dark
was the
Zone
point.
already. I was already doing it.
Hey, guys, God damn.
We're doing the Dark Zone, and I'm like, so now I got this great Dark Zone gear. What do I do with it? And they're like, do more Dark
You
Zone.
go back into the Dark Zone and get killed.
Remember the good old days when MMOs like RuneScape just had like a wild area where characters.
Here's what I think about if you compare the Ghost Recon to the Division. Look, they showed the Division. I think it was the same year that Xbox One was coming out, right? It was 2013.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
You're right.
So they showed that in 2013. 2014, what did we get? Nothing. 2015, what did we get? Really nothing. This game came out like what? 2016, the beginning of 2016. Correct.
February.
Yeah.
So look, 3 years. 3 years. They showed that motherfucker like that was like a launch trailer, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
People were like, "Oh wow, this is amazing! What is that game? That game looks amazing!" And I was there too. I was like, "Wow, this looks fucking great." And then it just took forever and forever. And what happens when you take forever for a game? People just lose interest. They lose interest in the fact of like, why the fuck do I need this now? And so this is why I feel like I want Ghost Recon, but when they showed it last year, right? Was it like I would say they showed it in 2015? They showed it. They showed it in 2015. Now in 2016, we finally got some demo, a walkthrough. Now it comes out March 7th. I want it, but I have a feeling this game might be a little bit buggy, just a tad bit.
Well, yeah, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, it might be a tad bit
Oh,
buggy.
Ubisoft.
And I'm a Assassin's Creed fan, man.
I love Assassin's Creed. I never get bored of it.
That shit's buggy.
It is. I mean, I've had times where I stick my knife into a person and I'm just dragging them with the knife. It's weird.
Yeah,
you know, there's so many fucking glitches in that game. I jumped off a cliff and I landed in water and I kept on falling. I was like, what the hell is this shit? There was times I would ride a horse and the horse was riding me.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was like, what the hell?
Hey, Porter Rock, let me ask you a quick question, brother, and it's for you and Princess. What would you rather have when it comes out? This Xbox Scorpion or My Pet Rock? Because it doesn't sound like either one of them are going to do 4K.
Ah, shit. This.
Oh,
right
man.
now.
We can't speculate yet. We can't too much speculate.
I'm not going to be
Well, let's just say that both of those are going to sit there. So
You guys want the princess. Let me say something. He has the princess.
Yeah.
Princess says, without specs and without knowing what's going on, I'll take the pet rock.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna be real. I'm
gonna say because I have a 20% chance of getting a gem if I break it open, I'll get the rock.
Honestly, no, I'm gonna be real though. I didn't even get the PS4 Pro. I didn't even get that, and I'm not getting it anytime soon.
I have a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, because it's about the games right now. I'm more concerned about buying games over the next 3 months than I am buying hardware.
Let's be honest.
Now, towards the end of the year, I am going to get an Xbox One S because there are games on the platform I do want to play. Scalebound was my #1 seller. I don't want to reopen the wound. I already fucking.
I want Crackdown.
I already said what I had to say.
3.
But there's still games I do want to play. I do want to play Gears of War. I want to check out. Hopefully, I keep hearing good things about State of Decay. So I want to check that out.
That looks pretty dope.
Is cool. Sunset Overdrive. I love Insomniac games, so I do want to support them by getting Sunset Overdrive and shit like that. So there are some.
I love Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
I want to get Crackdown 3.
And then I want to practice Killer Instinct and whoop Princess's ass.
Oh, that ain't happening.
You know what I really? You know,
I do have one question concerning Crackdown.
My ass Killer Instinct ain't happening.
I'm gonna try.
If there's 2 features, speaking of Scorpio and the next generation, if there's 2 features that I really want to see that Sony has that can come to Scorpio, it'd be, and I know Titanfall Princess. I know you've been looking for this one. Well, I don't know if you're still looking for it now. And that's having YouTube, the ability to play YouTube on Xbox.
Please.
That fucking needs to happen.
Because everybody has to
God.
now on YouTube.
That
I thought it could.
That's gonna really help Microsoft get in the game of having
But I think
more
they're
people buy their console.
I think the
If Microsoft would let their Xbox stream directly to YouTube, yeah, that would definitely be a
that
big
would sell
selling
her.
point.
That would sell.
But I think
You know, that one thing we're all able to do on the PS4 since launch. Oops.
oh, shit, this,
Look at this. Another thing I would love to see.
man, this guy's trying to cause animosity.
I would love to see the ability to fucking share your clips because it has the ability to make clips. Why can't I share them through Facebook?
Yeah, they have that, right? Xbox has that weird
Oh
shit.
my
They send out a link.
God.
I hate
Actually,
have-
even better now, we can actually share GIF images off PS4.
Yo, that's one thing that annoys me. Like, because
just wanna share my clips.
I follow a lot of dudes on Xbox on Twitter, and when they share shit, it's like a fucking link. I'm like, I'm not clicking on that
Stupid.
shit.
It's stupid.
I'm not clicking.
You have to have a Windows ID to go
Who
here, to
knows?
go
I
there,
might-
to go to studio bullshit, to go to
Some of you guys are treacherous. I click on that link, take my credit card info. I'm not clicking links.
I've been telling my good friends in my Xbox group, literally, they have to give us a feature where I can press my fucking guide button and boom, an app for Facebook comes up, and I just press that bad boy and I click on it, and then the operating system they have for like the video, what's the video? The studio thing they use for Xbox to make your clips. That shit comes up.
The Upload Studio.
Upload Studio comes up.
and
It intertwines together, and then boom, all your clips just go in there and boom.
I found that
Okay.
weird.
How did they not do that?
Here's a question: someone who uses Xbox and PlayStation. I'm throwing this question out to you guys. Out of the two, programs, out of the 2 programs that you've probably used, which do you find more user friendly? Share Factory
PlayStation.
or the
Share Factory.
Yeah, Share Factory. It's a lot easier.
Share Factory. What's Share Factory? Is that on PlayStation?
That's the PlayStation
Yeah,
one.
the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's a
I
PlayStation
find
game.
that pretty useful. I like how you can trim it and crop it. And it's not hardcore. It's fucking simple. They kept it simple. It's not like
I'm gonna tell you something. I talked to Phil Spencer in a chat over a year ago. I was in a private chat with him with a whole bunch of other people, gamers, and I spoke with him personally one time. And I told him about that fucking Upload Studio, and then nobody would say nothing. As soon as I said about the Upload Studio, yeah, Bill, she's right. Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll work on it. That was beginning of December last year.
it takes a while, man. I have a really good feeling.
No.
No. They're gonna show something.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't take a while. They're a software company. It's a software issue. They're a major software company. No,
Look
it
how
don't.
look at
that may not
remember
be-
Vista. Remember Vista on Windows. Remember Windows Vista.
Don't even go there with this.
I understand
Look
that.
how long it took them to fix that clusterfuck.
I mean, hey, Princess, they can't even release fucking Halo Wars 2 HDR. These guys got a lot
I
more to
know.
worry about.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's not even that. It's that You asked to put YouTube on there so we can stream YouTube. Where are all your people at?
I'm
YouTube.
starting to think that Sony owns
You
rights.
guys brought that up.
I'm really feel.
You guys-
I'm starting to feel like Sony might be paying.
The brokest. Oh, it's funny. Everybody say so. But it seems like they're buying the most shit. I'm like, they must be handing out IOUs.
It's a smart fucking move.
So
I
it
swear
sounds
to
kind of
God.
strange considering how Microsoft's the one buying these physics engines, these rendering engines.
Can I just say something? Joseph,
Yeah.
you made a comment that it takes a while. No, it don't. I know software. I've even studied a little software. It don't take that long. They're a software company that shit's easy to fix. Just get your stupid little fucking faggoty ass programmer in there and fix it.
You want to know what really
It's that
could be
easy.
the,
It don't. No.
it could be the
don't take-
backtrack of why they probably can't fucking do it.
What?
It has Windows 10 on it.
Here's the thing.
No.
Well, then just use Movie
See
Maker.
that's what
Windows
Joseph-
10 is horrible.
Joseph, don't be a fanboy and damage control. The fact is, Microsoft is too lazy to do what they need to do for us consumers.
Right.
It's probably not.
Facts are facts.
I think
It's probably not their priority.
they should fix the Upload Studio because
They should tweak it a little bit.
Share Factory now,
little
if you have a
bit.
Pro, Share Factory allows you to record and upload gameplay in full 1080p now.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's-
to touch on what you said about if we like Share Factory, if we like Upload Studio. Man, I don't give a flying fuck about either one of them because guess what? I'm playing the games, man.
You know what? And at the end of the day,
I'm not sitting there. I'm not
That's
sitting there
right.
trying to get
Yo,
clips.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we could
There's
just
many
you could
aspiring
get-
YouTubers out there. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I know that.
At the end of the day, you can just get
You can get an Elgato.
an Elgato and just get a Mac
Exactly.
and do it all. The Elgato has amazing software capture. That shit's
That's what I have. That's what I captured
Oh my god!
shit
You know,
with.
it'd be so amazing if Elgato got together with Microsoft and put their software inside the Xbox Scorpio.
Oh, that would be
That'd
insane.
be breathtaking because that's amazing.
I'm gonna be
That makes-
honest.
That makes the Share Factory one look like a
Hey,
chocolate
I'm
toy.
gonna be honest. I'm too lazy to do all that shit. On my channel, you're just gonna see my face in the mic.
One
Funny
thing
you
I
mentioned
do,
Tonka Toys. Tonka Toys where there was indestructible trucks.
When you're on my channel, you get to see my face. That's what you get to see.
yo, you know what I liked about the
All right,
Xbox?
Joseph, I got a question for you.
Oh, let me
When
just-
you want-
one second.
when you-
let me finish this one.
When you want to upload some game clips to show people what's going on, so Upload Studio don't matter then? Yeah, it does.
You me, me?
Because it takes you forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yo, I have uploaded. Look, and when I started putting games, like when I started doing the YouTube thing and putting, I think I delete. I don't know, but when I started taking YouTube, like recording my games on my Xbox and then uploading it through from the Xbox to YouTube, that feature is great. I like that feature. But the fact that I can't play through on YouTube,
Well,
weird.
No, because no. Because when you want to upload to YouTube, that shit cracks down all the fucking time. I know because I did it.
I've never had that much problems with it as much. Maybe because you've been using a lot more than me, but I maybe
Then use it. Use it and understand it. See, if you don't use it that much, no offense, you can't talk about
I've
it.
used it maybe 4 times.
All right. Well, I use it hundreds of times.
In terms
So
of
4
uploading
times-
something, in
All right,
terms of using an upload.
4 times and you can't talk about it because 4 times don't mean nothing. I could do it 4 times, it'll be fine. I could do the next 20 times and it's fucked up. And it takes me an hour to render my clips, to get them in, and to do it and to upload it to where I need to upload it.
Do you own a PC or a Mac?
See, when Share Factory got its newest update, not only did they
I'm talking
allow
about you're talking about computers. I'm talking about from Upload Studios
Yeah.
on PlayStation.
The Xbox.
I mean on Xbox.
Yeah.
Don't get into PCs and Macs and all that shit.
No, I'm just saying
talking-
you should, in order to get better at, because I know you upload things. You should really get an Elgato and then do it from there, because it's a lot more fucking easier.
Well, I got
And
an
it's a
Aver
lot
Media that allows me to
faster.
upload right from the device itself.
There you go again. You're telling me to buy something else, buy an Elgato
True, if you don't want
to do what? No,
sorry,
to
you don't
do
wanna buy it.
what
Okay.
Microsoft. No, wait a minute. No. I'm not saying I didn't want to buy it, but to do what Microsoft promised it would do to begin with. Again, Joseph, you're damage controlling again. I'm not trying to get on your ass, but you're damage controlling again. They promised us an Upload Studio that don't work right, It hasn't worked right in a long
It
time.
needs to be fixed. You're 100% right about it. I agree.
But I talked to Phil personally about this in a chat. The guys in the chat would not speak up. I am the only one who spoke up, and then as soon as I did, there must have been 10 guys in there. I was the only female. All of a sudden, yeah, Phil, she's right.
Why don't you try to tweet him again? Yo, why don't you try it? I'm serious.
Because these guys in the chat had no balls.
Why don't you try to tweet him again on Twitter?
I was gonna say that the guys you play with on Xbox, they sound very cat between the tail between the legs kind of guy.
Maybe we should start a movement for that. Someone start a hashtag fake upload studio.
Because everybody who knows me on Xbox knows that I speak up and I say shit. So, and I get myself in trouble sometimes too.
But I've got myself in trouble because they call me all kinds of names. I've been called, the C word and everything. I don't want to say it on air because I don't know if there's kids watching. Cunt and everything else by Xbox people.
By the way, where's that?
Trannies.
Just streaming off your channel, Titanfall Princess, on YouTube, or just whose channel? Because I try to go on YouTube on your channel and it's not there. Like the stream is not on your page.
It's the Titanfall Princess.
It's the
Titanfall Princess.
I'm on your. I'm a subscriber to you, but for some crazy reason, it's not showing the broadcast on your.
What, this broadcast?
Yeah.
No, this is my
that's
channel.
Porter.
No wonder it's Porter. No one told me that.
Hey, hold on.
Listen, guys, listen.
You hear that sound right there? Better learn that sound.
I was born with that sound.
Exclusively on Porter Rock Sony 7's channel.
I was born with that sound.
Wednesday is Porter Rock. Friday is me. So I'm here with Porter Rock tonight, and Friday, Porter Rock's going to be with me.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, Friday, I don't know if I can be there, but.
So now you're not down for mine?
No, I work. I work at night. I work.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'll try to make it, though. Wait, I get out at 10. What time are you going to do this?
I do it at 7 o'clock. I ain't on at 10.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
All right. Say, I want to move on to one last topic. We're gonna make this topic because we've been having a great convo, but I wanna balance this out. So we're gonna talk about the PSVR. All right.
Oh,
so we're gonna start something. Hey, I want to say this to my fellow PlayStation. I apologize, but I'm like Fox News. I have to be fair.
Things that make you go.
I gotta be fair and balanced. You understand? So we all know Sony's, they pushing, letting us know how PlayStation 4 is doing. 54 million sales, over 400 million games sold. They're hyping it. Then as soon as they mention, oh yeah, cool. Hey, since you're talking about sales, how's PSVR doing? Everybody wait for it.
Hey, Porter Rock, can I explain to you? Does Microsoft talk about their? Do they talk about their Kinect sales?
Well, hold on. We're not gonna talk. We already killed Microsoft. I wanna bounce it out.
Is this a question directed at me, or is this?
This is a panel. We're all gonna talk about it.
I think the PlayStation VR. I think the idea of it is cool. However, I don't think people want to put shit on top of their head to play a game to be immersive. I don't. I put the thing on my head for. I went to Best Buy. I played it once. I said, "Oh look, the PSVR. Let's try it out." I couldn't even last for a minute. I was dizzy.
You can't last a minute?
I couldn't even last a minute playing that thing. I was so dizzy.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Yo, and
there you go. That's what I mean.
It is cool. It is really cool. You know what it really felt like? It really felt like I was in a dark room with a 100-inch screen. If that's the case, I'll buy a projector.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually have to touch on this a little bit because I'm not really into the PSVR or any of the VRs, but I have to say, like, VR can be cool if they get rid of when it becomes wireless, when it becomes
the
point of where it's steady, it's gonna be awesome. But right now, it's at its beginning stages. It's at its beginning.
I agree with you. I mean, we're at the stage of where we have like fucking smartphones. We have Bluetooth. You mean to tell me the PS4 controller is Bluetooth? You couldn't embed Bluetooth into that piece of shit? Are you kidding me? For
Once you
$400
put Bluetooth into something, you see that battery life just disintegrate.
No, but you want to know you could have put an external battery on the damn
And then
thing.
you also have to look at the bandwidth too for that.
Yeah.
The latency issues
no,
between the headset and the system.
Bluetooth does not interfere with bandwidth. It's separate from its own.
No,
it does. It does.
You have to have bandwidth.
Yeah.
It has to bandwidth. When you're projecting visual image,
They could put RF frequency. Look at what the Bluetooth.
It would be like
headset.
Think about it. We could technically have wireless HDMI, but we don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because
We don't need it. There's only one company who does wireless HDMI. That's Epson for their projectors.
that actually would be awesome though. Wireless HDMI.
They do. They have it. It's like HDMI wireless. It has like a little waist.
Well,
it's crazy. They
I
should
mean,
do
here's the
that.
thing: wireless is not at the point yet to where it can actually not get the lag that you get like with headsets. Because headsets, a lot of wireless headsets. Because I know I have Astro A50s, and those things. Those cut out on me all the damn time. So
There's only one thing.
Wireless has been laggy.
There's only one thing that doesn't interfere with wireless. That's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
But if you notice,
the
Bluetooth
VR headsets right now that are available,
high bandwidth applications.
But
They
look
don't
at.
have it.
But
They don't
look,
use high bandwidth applications.
go ahead.
as far as oh wait, is Peter Rock talking?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you look at Bluetooth, it's not used for a lot of high bandwidth applications.
They use it for music. They use it for music a little bit.
The main reason. This is mainly just a quick recap. Bluetooth. The reason why Bluetooth doesn't get interference is because it uses multiple frequency rates, and it constantly.
It's always bouncing off of each
It's
other.
always bouncing off at a certain rate. Okay?
I learned this in school.
Yeah. So about the caveat to that is it's hard to push high bandwidth applications. It's called free copy. It's hard to push high bandwidth over free copy by dedicated frequency. That's the reason why.
Unless you made a beefier version of Bluetooth, like Bluetooth 2.0.
Something. All right, go on. That's Professor Porter Rock for the day.
One thing I also want to mention though. Can I just mention something? And speaking of Bluetooth, there is a headset that Bose makes, the Bose Quiet Comfort 35s. Now that thing on wireless using Bluetooth has up to 40 hours. 40 hours on battery life.
Again, you're talking about pure audio. You're not talking about audio-visual interface.
Exactly.
Visual pulls a lot more bandwidth than audio ever will.
Yep.
Even even a low quality, even like a mid quality video will destroy bandwidth compared to the highest quality audio.
Then they would probably.
Then you take a game. Then you take a game which constantly fucking when you go through a new room, it's constantly rendering new areas.
They would have to use RF frequency for the video.
It would be bad.
And then
I don't know about
Bluetooth.
I don't know about wireless. I don't know
That's why
about
Wi-Fi don't use Bluetooth.
But as far as VR in general, what I'd like to say is that, out of the VR headsets that are currently available, the PlayStation VR, they said, is the cheapest out of all of them. And also, it's not as high res as, say, the Rift or the Vive. But it does offer a 120 hertz refresh rate, which is what the others don't. And that's kind of interesting.
Well, here's the thing as well. Like with the PSVR, it's a little bit more simpler to hook up and stuff because with the PC, with the Vive and with the Oculus Rift, you have to have a PC. You have to have a PC that's built to that standard, and it has to be Oculus or Vive ready. And the fact that with the Vive, there's so many freaking things that you have to do to get it to work that it's not even worth it. So I think in the long run, PSVR is the better choice for people who want just a VR experience that they can just, come home and put a headset on if they want to do that. For me, I don't want to do that, but there are some gamers out there that want to do that because all they do all day is not sit in front of a computer, because that's what I do. I sit in front of a computer all day. I don't want to sit in front of a computer after I'm done with this podcast. I want to go play some games. I don't want to put a freaking headset on my head and sit there and
when it comes to
look like a goofball, trying to move these freaking controls around and shit.
You want to know?
Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing with PSVR, and this is what I want to say is the big issue with PSVR, And it's not, you know, of course you're gonna have consumers that want it and don't want it. It's how do you get to the consumers that don't really know about it and understand it? How do you advertise this? Number one thing about PSVR is watching on YouTube doesn't demonstrate anything. You know, there's nothing.
Exactly.
You get nothing out of watching a YouTube video or commercial. It's something you have to experience for yourself, like at a Best Buy or something. And that's problem
Exactly.
number one. That's problem number one. You're trying to sell a product where the user has to go to it, but it's you telling the user. You know, instead of you bringing it to the user,
It's all in the eye of the beholder. is what you're
it's
saying.
on the user.
I agree with you on that. That's pretty smart.
That's problem number one. That you're making the user trying to find this product. That's problem. Here's problem number two. The way to correct that is just like any other gaming device. It's with games. You need lots of games. You need exclusives. You know, like granted, RE7, Resident Evil 7, is fully VR, and the people that have VR are enjoying it. But the problem is, I don't need a PSVR to enjoy RE7. Princess is playing without VR, and she's loving it.
Yeah.
So you can't use multiplats for this. It has to
I'm
be
not playing on no VR.
Let's be honest. If you can't enjoy Resident Evil without VR, there's a problem.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, I mean,
Exactly.
It's Resident Evil.
even if PSVR
Can I say something?
it doesn't matter. You still could play it without it. All right, let me make one more point. So this is where the conundrum is. All right, to really sell PSVR, it needs exclusive games. Okay, now this is where PSVR will have the same issues as every other aftermarket peripheral, and I call this aftermarket because it's been tried before. You look at the Move, Sega CD, Nintendo's Bazooka.
I still have my Move.
360.
You actually just took part of the words out of my mouth that I was going to say.
I got something to add to your.
I personally think Sony is focused more on traditional gaming, and VR is a separate experience. But actually, you know, any add-on for consoles aren't the best-selling features.
Exactly. They were right.
JD is
I
on
understand.
the chat
Think
here.
of Connect, and PlayStation Move.
Yeah,
It
same
wasn't
thing.
the core experience.
Exactly.
That's it.
All right.
Here's the thing, though.
Rock.
Here's the thing. One more thing. So for aftermarket peripherals, the main issue they all went through is why, in order to get games, you need third-party support because the majority of the games come from third party. Now here's the issue. Let's assume PSVR sold like gangbusters and it sold 2 million. Let's pretend it sold like 2 million. The problem is if EA, Activision, if they were gonna make a big AAA game, why would they make it exclusive to 2 million users on PSVR when they could make it for 54 million on PS4?
Exactly.
That is
Look, I'm going to add to this. Now, look, we have a console from Nintendo coming out. This is what people don't really know, that if anything, the Switch is 2 consoles in one, okay? Now hear me out. If you take the Switch is a screen, controllers can come off, they're motion, they introduced HD controls. That's something weird. Why would they talk about HD controls? You know why?
Doesn't even make sense, really.
No, it does. If you really do your math and you really, holy shit.
Not if you're thinking of the term HD on a dictionary.
All right, but look, at the end of the day, look, those things have controls for motion. I swear to you, let me finish. I really feel like the Switch you'll be able to take the screen, pop it in a VR experience, like a headset, and then you buy maybe you spend like $20 or $50 on this peripheral you clock the screen in, and then there you go. Where's your third party and your multi-plat titles? Nintendo is the
thing. What are we talking about? I have a small hand. What man is going to be able to hold the Joy-Con and be comfortable?
Listen, third party Nintendo go as good
for VR. It's
Nintendo tried VR long time ago, and we all saw how that.
It's called Virtual Boy, but it was way different.
I'm gonna say this:
different.
Third party and Nintendo go hand in hand like Superman and Kryptonite.
I'm telling you right now,
that shit don't work.
But look at Nintendo. Nintendo is like the king of the handheld. They're the king of the handheld.
Problem. I agree with that.
They're the king of the handheld. I don't think they can be the king of VR.
Look. Nintendo has nailed down the science of fun. Okay, they know how to make things fun.
They're gonna make VR fun. I guarantee it.
I totally agree that Nintendo's the king of handheld. But the problem is, look at the Nintendo commercials for Switch. They are not advertising this item as a handheld.
No, they're advertising as a
As a
console /
console.
handheld.
No, they're advertising it as a console on the go. If you look at it, like we could make that interpretation.
Dude, it's only
It's a
gonna
gamer.
be 3 things. It's gonna be a console, a
And if you want a real
handheld on the
controller, you're
go,
gonna pay another
and then a virtual reality
This is the thing.
experience.
The success of
No,
every
no,
console.
no.
Look at the cost.
I know,
Look
I
at the
get it.
cost of controllers.
You know,
Look at
here's
the
the thing. I hear a lot of people saying about the controller, the Joy-Cons, the controller. Here's the thing. We only seen pictures, and we've only seen the Japanese.
Did you hear what Nintendo said?
The Nintendo people hold it up and show us. We haven't put it in our hands yet
Did
to
you
say,
hear?
"Oh, it's a shit controller." So we can't say that yet.
Did
No,
you
the
hear-
shit
I'm not saying it's shit. I'm saying look at the
Did you
price
hear
of the
what Nintendo
individual
said?
I'll just
controllers.
say this. I'll just say this. The Joy-Cons don't even have a D-pad.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
We don't.
Yeah, it does.
No.
It's
It's
No,
not a
it's not.
traditional D-pad. It's not a traditional
It's
D-pad.
buttons.
It's different.
It's buttons. That's not a D-pad. It's buttons, so that way you could move it sideways.
Dude, I
Play like a Super NES.
I
Look at it.
really feel like Nintendo is gonna make their own version of VR, and it's already, if you own a Switch, you already are introduced to VR.
Well, let me say
How
this.
so? Do we even know if there's a camera on the front of the Switch?
Well, here's the thing. Let me say this. Let me say
Even
this.
but it has all the technology and all the motions and the controls
I'll
and
say
every
Yes, but
screen.
none of their
never
demos,
showed that.
in none of their
Respect
advertisements have they
that.
ever showed a camera on the Switch.
I'm gonna say
Exactly.
that. I'm gonna just say this. I don't think I'm gonna say this. The Nintendo Switch is not even as it's not even as powerful as Xbox One S. So if this thing does VR, it's not gonna look good at all. It's not that. It's an arm. It's not that powerful.
But what if they
No.
put you? What if they do like games like they have on the Wii where you play sports and,
And that's
shit like
and
that?
here's the number 2. Let's say if they do go with virtual. Let's say they try to do that. They're gonna go through the same issue that Sony's going through. It's an aftermarket product. So let's
Exactly.
say
Not really. It is
think
after,
about
for
it. Yes, it
Sony.
is.
For Sony, it is because you have to go buy the peripheral. But when you already have the console that can already do it in your
Yeah,
hands,
but-
That's assuming that the Switch will have a camera in order to track your movements.
Exactly.
No, but here's the
You know what you do when you, Joseph? You know what you do when you assume?
no.
Break
Like,
it, break
has
the
to have
break
you
the
on
assume
me.
down.
no, but listen
Stop
to this.
assuming. Stop
it is-
assuming. You're
it
making
is-
judgments based on something you don't even know yet.
It is a aftermarket peripheral because you're gonna need a headset device to put the
Exactly.
Switch in. That headset device is an
Thank you.
aftermarket peripheral. If it doesn't come
Thank you.
included with Switch day one, it's an aftermarket peripheral.
Mhm.
And the thing is, the longer they wait to implement this, the worse they get. Let's say Switch sells 30 million units, right? Why the hell would a gaming company make a VR Switch exclusive for this headset when only like 500,000 or a million people bought the headset? That's
million.
Here's the thing.
aftermarket peripheral. That is the curse of every aftermarket peripheral. You're
All right.
competing with your own base users. Every
Smartphones.
brand went through.
Smartphones do VR. They give you the peripheral to play VR. Okay.
Right, but that's because the smartphones have a camera that's facing
That's this.
towards your face.
This is true. This is true. Now, at the end of the day, they give
We
it
don't
to
know
you.
the Switch is going to have that.
Here's
They
the
give
thing.
it to
We
you.
don't know.
But here's the difference with cell
What
phones.
if they put it in the camera?
This is
Look,
What
This
if
is
they put it in the
Hang on.
controls though?
Yeah, this is one thing.
Joseph-
With smartphones. One, that the games that they make on small phones are like $2. So
Yeah,
developers
yes.
they're not having these issues. And you know what I'm saying? That the console games. These Switch games are gonna be like $50. Which means developers
60 too.
yeah, they're gonna need
Crazy.
$50-$60. Developers need sales.
Yep.
the thing is, Joseph, is that none of the demos, none of the adverts for the Switch have shown a camera or camera features on the Switch. Without a camera or something for the system to track human motion, VR is a non-issue.
But they're saying that their controls can control
The
human
controllers,
motion.
the controllers.
No, they
themselves-
never said the controller can detect human emotions.
It
No, they did
detects
not.
it detects.
No, it never said
detects
that.
Physics. Of what
It's
human
more-
motion-
it's more along
glass.
the
They showed the
line.
glass thing.
But here's the problem:
It's
the controller
more-
itself has to be disconnected
Here, all
from the
these
machine
functions,
in order to function. If your controller is disconnected, what's it tracking? You're going to have one hell of a lot of nauseous gamers.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So the controller, this is where people are confused with the Joy-Cons. The controller, they're not tracking motions with the controller. The HD
Thank you.
thing is sensitivity.
Mhm.
They increased the sensitivity of the rumble to where it feels like you could tell like you hold a glass of water and ice. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, a lot of people are confused with that gun.
The
game.
gyros have very high fidelity.
Yeah. So
sensors.
so do you know how they displayed that game where whatever that cowboy game, You know, the countdown timer.
Oh, you mean the 1-2 switch?
Yeah, the 1-2 switch. Everybody thought that when the guys lifted their hand up, the switch detected a movement. It's not detecting a movement.
No.
All it's doing is detecting how fast you press the button. Technically, you even have to move your hand. As soon as the timer comes down, just press the button.
So
It does nothing. It's imaginary. It's kind of like that Kinect display when they showed girl the little girl fucking petting the tiger. You're not petting a tiger, girl. What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about, man?
What about when they were?
No, there is no cat.
What about when they started like to milking the cow? That was
I was about to say that.
Can we not talk about molestables anymore, please?
we all know.
I nearly lost my shit.
Just pressing a button.
I nearly lost my shit when I see these dudes milk a cow. I was like, "Oh, that's it. I'm done with this shit."
Especially that guy on the left. He looked like he was getting into it, man. He was all like,
I can't deny it. Talking about the Switch, I think that Mario Odyssey game's gonna be great. That looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
That game
that looks dope.
I'd
buy a Switch for that. I'd easily buy the Switch because of its
Mario.
I think the main problem with the Switch is the price. I think if they would have launched that $200,
$249 would have been nice. I think.
But here's the thing:
nobody would even care.
You want to know what? They're gonna buy it. You know what?
If they went with the $249. They would have to bring down the price of the Wii U, and they're not going to do that because the Wii U is
continuing that bitch. They're not making that shit anymore.
But in order, if you went to games,
done. Wii U is done. They shit for the Wii U.
They
don't have to bring down the price.
They
Wii U is done.
Zelda is.
But if you go to GameStop right now to get a Wii U, it's $249.99. They're not going to drop the price on that shit. I guarantee you that.
They should just take a bunch of them and burn them. They should burn a piece of shit system.
That's probably why they came out with the $299 price.
What a
price
dud!
tag.
You see, this is why Nintendo cannot make a second console of that same console. They suck at it. They're horrible. They can only do it. They can only get away with it with the handhelds because it's easy. Because they already have the money and they have the ability to get games on the damn thing.
Well, I have a 2DS. I'm going to be the first to admit that.
And the kids go home to mommy and daddy and say, "Oh, my friend's got this. My friend's got that. Can I get a handheld? Can I get?" So they got the kids talking.
You could have put an ice cream maker with the handheld; it'd still sell.
Wait. Wasn't one company trying to add like a flashlight to the iPad?
Wait, I'm still talking.
That's
what about the adults though? In order for you to play with a controller, you gotta pay $70 goddamn for it for an adult.
Let's just be happy the damn thing comes with controllers.
Yeah.
No.
Shit.
Wait. Whoa. It doesn't come with a regular controller.
Oh, I mean the grip.
The Pro.
Oh,
Pro.
That's fine.
It comes with Joy-Cons where you take off these little things, and I got small hands, but I also got nails. And my man is a Nintendo player, okay, and he has big hands, okay?
It's only a matter of time to make bigger versions of that. I guarantee you, they're gonna make a bigger screen too down the road. Watch.
Why do you need to do it a second time? Why don't you
because
do it
they want money.
Time?
They want money.
I would really laugh if Xbox wanted to do something nostalgic and come out with a Duke 2.0.
Yo, did you hear what I think? Nintendo.
No, listen. That Duke controller was, first of all, way too big. Okay, you want to come out with a Duke 2? That shit was big as hell.
I like the Duke controller.
What the hell are you talking about? What is this Duke shit?
The OG, no, the OG.
You just said Duke.
It's called
you
the
just said Duke.
That controller was huge.
Yeah.
It was almost the size of a console.
What do you mean what I talk about? You just talked about a Duke controller.
I said the Dude controller. They'll make a bigger version.
No, Duke. You said Duke.
I did? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's why I said that.
I was like, the Duke too.
I meant the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Did you guys hear what Nintendo said they said that they think by the year 2020 they're going to sell 40 million Switches. I think they're underestimating themselves. I think they're going to sell more than that.
I think they're overestimated if they think that the Switch is going to be... it doesn't matter. If they don't have the software to back it up, it's not going to sell at all.
Well, who would ever think Skyrim was
absolutely true.
Did you ever really think Skyrim would come to that?
Yeah, but it's not the HD version, though, dude. It's not the HD
they're not even
version.
going to get
It's the 360 version.
It's fine. I wouldn't buy it anyway.
It doesn't matter what version it is. Skyrim has been played by nearly every person out there.
Exactly.
Is Skyrim on the cell phone yet or no?
Yeah, it's called the Switch.
It's called.
Yeah. You know what? I guarantee.
Someone posted an image. Oh shit! I'm gonna go to my Twitter because someone posted an image of Skyrim on the Switch, and it's like Skyrim running at like lower than minimum settings. No, lower than minimum
Oh, I
settings.
saw that picture. It's on Twitter. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
It was like in the making visuals. That was fucking hilarious. I saw that one. Yeah, but I really I think this is what the Nintendo Wii U should have been. This is what it should have been.
I agree. I think if they would have launched this first,
Oh my god, they would have sold millions of those damn things.
because it would have been right in line with what we got. But
The
to
Wii-
release weaker hardware in 2017,
I don't think Nintendo even cares about the weaker hardware. I think they just care about selling something, making money right
At
now.
the end of the day, what I said before is Nintendo nailed down the science of fun. They know how to make things
So that
fun.
Mario game looks amazing, though.
That's what I mean. Is that they know how to make a thing
Brought
fun.
me back to the childhood.
Even if the Switch never reaches the same potential as the Xbox or PlayStation, they know that they can build a device that can still have games that people will have fun playing. It's going to sell. I'm not saying it's going to sell, shit ton millions, but it will sell.
I would really
The
hope
thing
they
is,
make
I don't
remasters.
think it's.
why
I
do you
don't think it's gonna sell. I don't think it's gonna reach the same market of people as the PlayStation and Xbox community.
Right now, probably not, because people don't have confidence in Nintendo as
let
much.
me ask you this: why do you think it's going to
Hey,
sell?
so I got a question.
Size of launch
What do
size.
you think about this? Jump in here. You've been quiet. What do you think about this subject? You got a big mouth, Dark?
I don't think Dark.
What?
Oh, there he is.
Which dark?
You guys were just going on, so I just got quiet.
Oh,
No, you got to be quiet.
He's-
Jump
you
in.
can jump in, bro.
It's in here.
what you think about the Switch?
I was like, I'm just here. Y'all
And for the record, I try to talk about PSVR, but hey, somehow
I know you did.
No, for the
I was like,
record, I heard you that. I thought she was going to pull an Oprah and give everybody in the party chat a VR. I was like, wow, I'm just going to be quiet on this.
And you get one, and you get one, and you get one,
If you buy it, I'll take
and
it.
everybody gets a VR.
Oh shit!
Wolflu's in the chat here. He's asking, "Where's the pro patch for Fallout 4?" I don't think they ever did make a patch for Fallout 4.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of Fallout 4, when the flying fuck are
You
we
probably
gonna
won't get a pro
when are we gonna get a year edition of all the DLC in the damn thing? I want that version.
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
That's what I've been waiting for. I haven't bought the game yet. I'm waiting for that version with all the DLC.
You won't see that until the fall.
I hope it comes out though. I really hope. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm
waiting.
getting ready to buy the Witcher Complete Edition because my wife's got the regular and all the DLC, but I'm going to get the Complete Edition.
I'm so sick of games coming out with this DLC bullshit and
That's
you have to
bullshit.
buy
That's
it.
bullshit.
If Bethesda really wants me to get all the Fallout games, they better have all. And I mean, like I'm talking like Fallout 1 and 2 in one big box.
I wouldn't mind if they want to bring. Would you guys think of DLC? Would you be okay if they bumped the games up to 75 in America, but gave you every single free of DLC?
Listen to what you're saying, Joseph. Games here in Canada are already $80.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Joseph,
horrible.
why are you talking about them bumping shit up? We should have. See, there you go again. Damage controlling. You stop damage controlling.
Oh my God,
Give
I'm
us
so
the
sorry.
complete
Never
fucking
mind.
game for
Never
$60.
mind. I'll take it back. Never mind. Forget I said it.
Honestly,
What part of
no, because you
Canada?
just like here to raise the fucking price.
Hell no.
No, with $60 for millions of people, make the goddamn game and give us a complete game. Stop with the DLC
I
shit.
agree with you. You want to know what?
$5 a pop.
I agree. I think two companies did it right, who give free DLC, and that is Respawn, who make Titanfall, and 343 Industries. Those dudes are killing it.
That's right.
They're killing it.
Yep.
If fucking companies like EA and Activision, especially fucking Activision, can learn.
Actually, forever
these
negative. It's not
companies.
because the Canadian dollar is shit. It's because of the relationship between Canada and US. Even if the Canadian dollar was higher than the US, we'd still be paying $80 a game.
Aren't you guys have the same electricity as us? Like their voltage is the same as acting like 120. Like I can go take an American console, go to Canada, it'll
like,
work.
Yeah, we're both region 1. You go to any region 2 area, you need to have like a 240 or something.
Is there areas in Canada that are region 2?
No,
right? It's all region 1.
all of North America is region 1.
Yeah, even you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mexico.
fucking awesome. But
Well, you all
UK is
brought up
different.
Witcher 3. CD Projekt Red actually, before they came out with the 2 DLC packs, they gave away close to 30 30 things, and it is a complete game without the packs. That's just those packs are just kind of, they're just a little more of an expansion, but it does not affect your main game at all. So
I would love to see companies just learn from 343 and Respawn. Like,
I agree with those
guys, man.
What the fuck kind of a name is that? You take the name of the most annoying character in Halo and make it the name of your studio. What the
fuck? Would you rather? I don't know. What name would you call it? Besides 343.
Barton 5567999 studio.
Could have called it the Master Chief Studio. I don't fucking know.
117 Studios would have been fine, but 343?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, 117 probably would have. Yeah, that actually.
Or just call it Gully Sparks.
Why didn't they just call it Microsoft Studios and just leave it at that?
Or why didn't they just call it Spartan Lock?
That's a good name. That's a good name. Like look at Coalition. That's a good name for Gears of War guys.
117 would have been a good one actually. Oh, that sounds actually.
Spartan Lock would have sounded better.
Spartan Lock.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but this is before we knew of Mr. Spartan Obama. Okay,
Spartan Obama.
Let's leave politics out of this shit.
How they bringing aid? There's no politics.
No politics.
Okay, pardon me.
He's like retract.
Oh shit. All right. Anyway,
but sorry. Go ahead.
But anyway, so this shit's been going on for a while. I know people got to get sleep. I got people all over the world, but we only got one person around the world listening to me. But anyway, let's do some parting shots. We gotta end this podcast. And plus, I don't know about you guys, but I need to play a little bit of games before I go to bed.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I gotta be up at 4.
I want to play some Battlefield.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably play a little bit of Xbox to help me fall asleep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm lying.
Oh shit!
You don't even have an Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we're gonna go down the line. Craig, give out your parting.
Do the guest first.
All right, this is Craig Harrison.
Pretty much a guess. You and I are the only ones that are the panel. I'm gonna have a stern talking to my panel. We're gonna have we'll start with Craig. Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate the invite, Porter Rock and Princess. Thank you. Hopefully, Princess sends me another one on Friday to join her. But thanks for getting me in here and letting me chop it up with you guys. I do appreciate it. So my channel's Craig Harris. I talk games, movies, and talk about UFOs starting tomorrow night. So check that out.
All right. Next up, Dark Ottemis, first time guest.
Damn. Put me on the spot there, Porter Rock.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, I gotta let you know.
A lot of people don't know that Porter Rock hit me up like just today. He was
not even like today, like 2 minutes ago.
2 minutes before the podcast even went live. So I want to thank you for having me on here, man. It was an absolute blast. I know I talk over some people. I know Titanfall Princess, I talked over you a couple times. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Listen, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys don't know, I have a podcast on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's called the Quest Podcast. So come along, check us out. We talk about games, movies, and tech. So come along and check us out. This week we'll be talking probably more about TV and stuff like that. So we do talk about TV.
So you're talking about Xbox?
I just
talk about those quad Samsung TVs.
I gotta tell you, I like you, but you gotta change the date of your podcast.
Oh,
mine's 7.
I'm sorry. I'll give myself the back.
and then what I'll do on mine, I'll promote yours.
Yeah.
Well,
we all go together.
You know what?
We do
Switch it up to Monday. Okay. So we got Monday, Wednesday, Friday covered.
Oh yeah. Well, we tried to do
news coming.
We tried to do Monday, but there's other podcasts around that time. So.
But if you got me and Porter Rock supporting you.
Go for it. But yours is at 8 though. Yours is at 7, right?
Yeah. So
but we usually go
so it depends if we'll see. We'll work this out.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out because we don't want to step on each other's toes here.
So Dark Ottemis, thank you so much. All right.
Yeah, and next up,
Dark Lord Alucard, aka Cervantes the Fifth / Backlash X-Wing Alicious. Ghost, no, I'm just kidding, man. What's up, Dark Lord, man?
Not much. I just for fun, I just do gaming videos. I don't do what half these guys do. I just put up gaming videos for fun for my family that lives long distance. Let them see what I'm doing, and if other people stop by and watch, cool. I thank you and Titanfall. I've known Titanfall since Xbox, but it's a wonder she's not on here saying keep it Xbox. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, Dark.
I play with you Titanfall.
No, I'm just kidding.
Keep
Keep it gaming.
We gave her the heavenly
Keep it
light.
Xbox, the Xbox.
You know, she's back to the land of milk and honey. Yeah, PlayStation.
Gaming's good, man.
I would
You know what? It's a good time to be a gamer on both
Yeah, it is.
platforms. I don't
Yeah,
game on PC.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm not going to criticize PC. I mean, it's got its own thing, but PlayStation and Xbox, man, they're doing great things.
man, PC's a
As
bunch
for a
of
gamer and a consumer, I'm happy with them.
And who knows? If
I
Nintendo
agree
can
with
do
you guys half the time. I just don't want the games to be broke when we get them.
it. Yeah.
All
That's
right,
it.
Yeah.
all right. Next
But I
up, my
appreciate
man.
everybody, man. You all can add me. I'm a trophy hunter. I love platinums. I love achievements. You can all add me. It's Dark Lord Alu on both platforms.
Awesome.
All right.
Hey, so next up, Joseph. What is it? 107. What's the rest of them?
10704.
There you go, my man. Is that a zip code or some shit?
Yeah, that's my zip code.
Hey, my man, like Luda.
Yonkers. I live in
got
Yonkers.
Oh, you from Yonkers? That's a Yonkers zip code.
Yeah, I'm from Yonkers.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, word.
Yeah, the real. Yeah,
You ain't
the real.
going
Yeah, I'm
You
from
know where
Brooklyn.
Cross County is?
Yeah, I know where Cross County is.
I live right next to it.
Okay, I'm from the real part of New York. Anyway, hey. Yo, give myself. I'm just kidding. Hey, question. Important question. Are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan? Now, be careful. Choose wisely.
I like both, to be honest.
Oh man, that's a sorry ass answer.
No, I root for both. They're both New
All
York
right,
teams.
all right. Yeah, all right. Whatever.
I
Hey,
can't.
now.
I like Yankees, to be honest.
Okay, good man. There you go.
It's all about the Dodgers, baby. It's all about the Dodgers.
Hey, man, let me cut your mic off, man. I ain't talking. That was out of me.
Dodgers.
I'm gonna mute this guy. Anyway, all right, go ahead, Joseph. Shout yourself out, man.
Hey guys, so I do some videos. I haven't making that much videos on YouTube, but I mostly did Blu-ray movies. I did some gaming, not that much gaming, but if you look on my channel, it's mostly about movies and home theater and TVs.
So you're an old school. So you're an old school PS3
I'll
gamer.
definitely be adding you. You'll love my setup.
Oh yeah, I have a Klipsch RF7 setup. It's fucking ridiculous. I have like an IMAX theater in my 9x11 room. I'm nuts. There's something wrong with my brain. Either way, I don't make that much videos that much because I'm always busy working and all that stuff. But for the most part, I was doing a little gaming. I am a gamer, but I don't really I don't do Twitch or the YouTube. I'm trying to get into it, but you never know. Maybe down the road I will get into it. But that's really much about me. I'm a gamer. I love games. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, you name it, I'll play it. Don't matter to me. And I just like to talk games. That's it. That's why I'm here.
Next
Can you
up,
play a violin?
If I could, I would, but my father plays the trumpet.
hey, next up, King Hellgas, aka PlayStation Inquisition, the Inquisitor. What's going on, man?
Well, thanks for. I'd like to thank the Titanfall Princess for inviting me here.
The pony.
Oh yeah, that I made that a while ago as the thumbnail for a podcast.
Christ. Go ahead.
I knew it was gonna get some people's attention. I just do it to fuck with people.
You're the type of guy that people would block on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Oh, shit. I think I got Chucky Liddell on my podcast or some shit. Hey, go ahead.
But me, I mostly do gameplay, sometimes with commentary. I do the occasional live stream. I don't do too many podcasts because I'm not that well rounded, and I don't have a whole lot of people that I know that are on the same schedule as I am. So come by if you want to see some live streams or some gameplay. Other than that, I'm just your average PlayStation gamer, really.
Okay.
Gamer.
On.
I got 7 PlayStations. I got
You got 7 PlayStations?
every PlayStation in the family. That's why I call myself the Inquisition.
Oh, wait, oh wow.
Dude, we got
That's
the Tim
amazing.
Dog of PlayStation here.
God damn. we got the president of PlayStation here, man. It's crazy.
Ooh, yeah, you got more PlayStations than Yoshida.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have.
Do you have one in every room of your house?
I don't know.
man.
I've got
You
three
should-
I've got three of them here on this media.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You playing PlayStation when you're taking a
That's a
shower.
as soon as he pulls it into the garage, he's playing PlayStation.
Well, I have a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PSP, PSVr.
Oh, you got all the
Oh,
okay.
all right. We think
I
we
got
got like
7
one.
PS4s.
Exactly. I was like, shit, Rolls Royce.
I'm like, this dude's like Tim Dog. Like, oh shit.
No, like I said, every PlayStation in the family. That means I have all the individual systems, including the micro console, the PS TV.
Oh, that
wow.
that college shit they made that didn't do it very well.
Hey, it's good if you want to capture gameplay.
It was cool. I like the idea how you have like I can wear 3D glasses, you can wear 3D glasses, and you can see your own image. And they split the screen. That was pretty dope.
That was pretty cool.
It was cool while it lasted.
All right.
No. When I say PlayStation TV, I'm talking about the Vita micro console.
The Vito micro console, but
Oh,
I know that too. I that didn't. You have the PSP Go as well.
No, I do not own the fucking Go.
That thing was took off really well without
that
mouse.
thing was a poorly made cell phone to play PlayStation.
Yeah, hold on. I see.
They fucked up on
You're
me.
about to stir up a new conversation for another hour. All right.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
For my final panel member.
Sorry, I had to.
Go ahead, Titanfall. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Titanfall, you there?
Earth.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, let's start this over. There you go.
Well, this is the Titanfall Princess. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. All right? You can find me live streaming. Most of all, you will find me gaming because I'm a gamer girl and I love to game. Keep it gaming. Love you all. Thanks for watching. And I love everybody that was on this panel tonight. Thank you for coming. Check out the channels. Hit that like button and subscribe to everybody.
Awesome. And
I'm
now,
out of here.
last but not least,
For Porter Rock, I get to introduce you. Oh,
What happened?
He didn't let me introduce. I was going to introduce
what
you.
happened? What are you gonna say?
I was going to introduce you.
Oh, okay.
I said last but not least, the host of this podcast, Porter Rock.
Everybody, hey, get used to that sound. Hey, and if you hear Zaire using that shit, let him know that's Porter Rock sound.
He needs to get the GameCube version.
He's coming in like Walmart, trying to take over the mom and pop. I ain't having that.
Hey, man, you know he gets his shit off
I'm
the
gonna
truck,
sue his
bro.
ass. He doesn't know I got these lawyers ready. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, thank you.
Hopefully
First,
Sony won't sue you.
I want to thank to the guests. I appreciate all of you showing up. I know
Thank
this.
you.
Well, it started out as an ad hoc, last minute invite, left and right. Turned up to be an amazing panel. I appreciate all your opinions and inputs. Amazing. You made this show outstanding. And realize this is episode number 20. So you guys are forever marked on this episode. So,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
20th episode, awesome, man. You guys did a phenomenal job and stuff. All right. To my panel member, Princess, thank you for showing up. We're gonna have some conversations with the other two. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to king these motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding. Again, Titanfall, as always, I appreciate it.
Only one of them missed one podcast. You got to give him a break.
Yeah, all day. If you're hearing this podcast, I'm gonna come for you Thursday.
Oh, that's my boy, man.
Yeah,
All day, that's my boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna light him up Thursday. He gonna get. I think he avoided the topic. He knew I was gonna talk about Scorpio, and he wasn't trying to hear it because he's my ex-president. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and to everybody else, to the people who listen, to the people who listen live, and the people who are going to listen as recorded private, I appreciate everything. Like, subscribe. Hey, to the panel members, to the guests, please hit me up on Twitter with your Twitter and YouTube channels so I can update the description. Everybody who's listening, please subscribe to their channels. Check out that content. Hit up us on Twitter. Comment, subscribe, like. I appreciate everything. Thank you so much for spending your time. From your boy, Porter Rock 77, we are out. Take care, fellas. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.